Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Always, and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, what were we doing? We were doing stuff with dragons. That's right, we went to the dragon dimension, killed a bunch of dragons, and got a bunch of dragon hearts, and dragon stuff, awakened draconium. There we go, that's the dragon stuff I was trying to think of. We're currently working on getting a bunch of singularities. So here is my current stack of singularities. I've gotten a lot of neutronium as well. This is going to take forever to get the amount of EMC we need in order to make the wand of animation. But as you can see, I've got the singularities in place. All we need is the 4 infinity ingots and the single infinity catalyst. So we're getting close on that. But in the meantime, we got some work to do. So waiting on this, we can make more neutronium compressors. I will probably do that between episodes, to be honest, and set something else like this up so that we can just get more of these things going. This guy is a little bit of a bottleneck, but I mean, I go into the Bedrockium dimension. This is almost empty, by the way. And just grab a bunch of it. It literally takes like 20 minutes or something to get a little bit of it. You can see I'm on like almost day 900. I don't know what I was at by the last episode, but it's taken forever. Still collecting neutronium fairly slowly, but the sooner we can get where did that spawn from? Why did I have a little tiny zombie guy down here? That's not good. Let's see, if we get rid of that torch, we can see the X's. Make sure. That is something I want to try my hardest to find. So, yeah, I don't know where that is. I don't know where that guy came from. That's not good. Because if it's a creeper, it can ruin my day. But it's got to be on this floor. We'll put a torch there. That'll be fine. Anything else? It can't be any lower. Could be over here, I guess. But I don't see anything. Who knows? Anyways, so once we get the wand of animation, EMC is going to be a much less of a concern. But it's gonna be a little bit still. So other thing I've been working on is we're gonna need we have too many double layer capacitors. Wow, and too many sticks. Okay. Do we have upgrades? Yes, we do. Let's upgrade both of those. So they should both be on this side. 6. We'll upgrade that a little bit. And double layer capacitors. We'll upgrade those. Alright, that's fine. So yeah, one of the big things that we have to do, other than getting all of these singularities, we're going to need a bunch of vibranium. Vibrantium, however you say it. And I've been working on that as well, periodically going and collecting a bunch of villagers, and, well, just slowly getting more and more. So we can get 2 more blocks of this stuff. How many more enticing crystals do we have? Enticing, only 4, so not very much. So we might want to do something about that sooner rather than later. As you can see, I've added another chest here. For something we're going to start working towards. We're not going to be able to make that today, but we're going to start working towards it. So I've got 6 blocks of vibrantium. We need that 45 in total. So let's take the 3 blocks of draconium out. We're going to use that today. So something else we did last time was we were working on the Nether Star farm, and I kind of decided to scrap that plan for now. I'm not going to go the Nether Star route, so we're not going to replace stuff. And so I think for the time being, let's We can always steal some more Draconium if we want. We're going to keep it there, though. I think what I'm going to do instead is we're going to go back to the dragon dimension. We're going to kill a few more dragons. We're going to make some more Draconium if we need it, as we need it, type of thing. So that's going to be the plan. But what we're going to do today, we're going to do two things. First thing that we need to work on is Draconium. We need to deal with the dragons just a little bit. I would love to get the Draconic Armor, the Awaken tier. We can also get the upgrade modifier. That's actually really, really cheap. Upgrade modifier. This guy just is some Draconium, some Draconic cores, and some iron, which, by the way, I want to point out, I've made a ton of Draconic cores in preparation, so we have plenty to just kind of set on, but let's go ahead and make the upgrade modifier. That's a quest. Let's take far right bags today. Aw, it's basic. And we'll put that away. We're not going to use that right now. We'll use it later, probably. And open this. When I say probably, I mean probably not. The upgrade modifier is used to upgrade the Wyvern and Draconic tier armors. You use Draconic cores and Wyvern cores and Awaken cores. Really cool stuff, but at the same time, not really that important. Let's get rid of all this stuff right now, and we'll work on what we need to. So, Draconic, we'll just have Draconic. That'll be fine. Alright, so if we want to make the Draconic Evolution armor, which is one thing that I think we'll probably want to do, we're going to need a bunch of Neutronium, as well as a bunch of Awakened Draconium. So let's go ahead and start on that. The more of this we can make, the better off we'll be. And the reason why is this stuff is high damage resistance. And is honestly going to help us with farming, not the Chaos Guardians, but the Gaia Guardians. So Draconic Evolution, we'll have to probably kill the Chaos Guardian a couple of times. If we take a look at Infinity stuff, there's a couple things in the Infinity stuff that is really, really good. There's the World Breaker, for example. That requires a chaotic core, so we're going to need to kill at least one dragon if we want to go with that route. Long story short, this thing would allow us to basically, well, kind of cheese the whole Chaos Guardian thing. We could just go straight to the Chaos Shards and break it, Chaos Crystal, whatever you want to call it, and break it immediately, but that requires a Chaos core, chaotic core. The terms are so close. Alternatively, Sword of the Chaos, which requires a bunch of Chaos Ingots, which we do not have access to. That requires a lot of chaotic cores. And then the Infinity... actually making the Infinity Helmet might be good enough. So we could rush that and skip a lot of the Chaos Dragon stuff, because this stuff is it ignores damage from pretty much every source. So I think if we have a full set of that, it basically puts you in like creative mode. I think if we have a full set of that, we would not take damage from the Chaos Dragon, the Chaos Guardian, and that's just Neutronium, Infinity Ingots, and Infinity Catalysts. So we should be able to do that. There's nothing that looks awful. So if that's the case, then I mean, we can just work with that, and then we can kill the dragon as we need to, and there's ways to do that. So we need to give this more bedrockium, and so we're gonna start with making the Draconic Evolution armor, and we're gonna use it for the Gaia Guardian. Because that is something we can actually summon more than one at once, and we might do that later. We'll see. But in order to make this stuff, we're going to need 2 Awakened cores, 4 5, 6, 7, 8 awakened cores. So let's turn that into that, and awakened cores, it was 8, I do believe. We're missing awakened draconium. Of course we are. So yeah, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, and we need 2, 4, 5, and 6 of the energy cores. So 6 of these, can we do that? Okay, we can do that much. All right, so let's go ahead and make those. And then we're going to need to go kill some more dragons. So, yeah, I believe this chest is empty. So let's go ahead and do this. 2, 2, 1, 1. Alright, so let's go kill some dragons. We're going to have plenty of power. We can turn our reactor on, and hopefully I don't forget that it... Ooh. It's out of yellorium. Okay, well... man, this is going to be costly, but this is going to go in there. We're not currently losing any power, so let's go kill some dragons real quick. We want to get at least... 5-ish more... dragon hearts. So let's do this really quick. Seen this before, but home, dragons, dial once. This is the dimlet we made before. It's really useful. Let's just get out of there. We cannot let that thing get destroyed. In fact, I might want to... Oh, no. Oh, no. We died in a collapsing world. That's not good. And my game just crashed. That's not good. Alright, so we didn't have enough power to keep that charged. Why? It should have. We should have had more time than that. That's interesting. Because we're producing quite a bit of... We're producing quite a bit of power. So we don't have our armor. We don't have anything. I want to come over here, and we're going to pop down here. If this has power, I'm going to be mad. Excuse me? Okay, that was a glitch. Why did that happen? Alright, well, that is very obviously a glitch. I'm going to call it a glitch, and I'm going to get my stuff back. So I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to figure out what I can do to get my stuff back, because that shouldn't have happened. It should not have lost power. We have that area chunk loaded. So, I mean, it's... you can see clearly that it has power. I do not feel bad for cheating on this part, but we're going to get our stuff back. Like, it specifically isn't... It even has power. Like, it's currently charged. If it wasn't, then, I mean, I could understand. But it is currently charged, so we're going to get our stuff back. I believe there's a command to reclaim the grave. We're going to see what that is, if I can figure out what it is. And I will be right back once that is dealt with. So, be right back. Alright, so after a little bit of time, I figured out what we need to do. This is the command, for me at least, tells you when you die, and you want to use the grave, not the death, because bobbles, but if we enter this command, it should give us all of our stuff back, and it did. I did go in, and I actually, there's 2 heads in there. I'll explain that in just a second. Let's get back organized. So I have no idea why that happened, because I just got done looking at like I was testing some things around, and so we had power. I actually went ahead and did some more testing with it and made sure that it maintained power, and it did. So I have no idea why that dimension collapsed. It shouldn't have. I mean, our phase field energy is even full. I mean, it shouldn't be. Charge armor and hotbar. Is there any other options for this? No, just hotbar. So we might want to put that on the bar if we go back at some point. But I actually died twice, and the reason I did is because I went back in. I actually went back in creative mode, and just to see if it would work, if we could like go in there and do things and whatnot. But I got scared because I didn't want to break my grave with it being in creative mode. So I was able to sit in there for a little bit. I didn't want to wait too long, but I was able to just kind of sit in there. So that was very obviously a glitch. Apologies if you don't agree with me cheating my inventory back to me, but yeah, sorry, but it was pretty obviously a glitch. I don't understand why it happened. That area is chunk loaded, like it has power. And in fact, it seems like it drains pretty slowly, so I know I have power and everything like that. So I have no idea why that happened. Did I leave that on? But I'm currently in peaceful mode, which I will fix in just a second. The reason being is I was hoping to get rid of the dragons. Dragons don't despawn in peaceful mode. I kind of forget that. So the other problem with trying to go back in and get our grave is the fact that, well, the dragons are still there, and they're going to make my life awful. So I don't really want to mess with that. Anyways, currently just trying to figure out what I want to do. So we're not going to go back to the dragon dimension. Any more awakened draconium I need for the infinity catalyst that we're going to use, we will get later. So we're going to just use the awakened draconium we have and call it a day. So let's get back to making this draconic armor. It is in here. By the way, my bow is in here as well. So we can move some things around if we so choose. But yeah, anyways, just kind of a pain to deal with, but is what it is. So let's see. The next thing we need is we need the cores. We need 2, 4, 6, 8 cores. So we're going to need some awakened cores. And it is actually going to be making more. Seriously? Okay, not that much more, but I had like well over 100 draconic cores in there, so that's impressive. Anyways, we have a couple dragon hearts. I did collect one of those before I died. We are down to like 18 lives. Not too worried about that though. So let's grab the cores. We only need one more, so we'll wait on that. That is at 25. This is empty. So we're getting close to being empty, so I will have to be careful about that. But I will get the rest of the singularities hopefully before the next episode. It's gonna take a while. I've been prepping this for the past like 3 or 4 days, I swear, and it's been pretty slow going. And I'm actually recording this incredibly late at night, so it's also not fun, but whatever. Anyways, do we have them yet? Almost. We do have plenty of Zephyrium Erothium, which is nice. We're finally like pretty full on that, and this isn't that slow. I just kind of need to prepare making more cores beforehand, and that would make things better. The other thing we're going to need is we are going to want to upgrade to the Draconic Flux Capacitor, so that's going to require 4 more cores. So once we have all of these, we'll get that. But let's get all of this stuff. And we're going to need a bunch of Awakened Draconium. Let's get like 2 stacks. I don't know how much we're going to need. But for the helmet, we need 5. like so. And then, okay, something like this. Oh no, this needs to be filled in. This, that, and the helmet. So there is the Draconic helmet. That would be the first piece of the really good armor. So make sure that it knows about it. Cool. Next is the chest plate. So something like this. This one uses a lot of draconium. It's 5 across. It goes down like so. I kind of like the extreme crafting just because it's kind of like art almost. And let's see, we're gonna need that there, and I think these two are in the corners, and this is filled up like so. So there is the chest piece. The leggings are like so, all the way around and back around to here. This is a lot of awakened draconium. So we have a stack. Let's see how much it actually uses, because I'm curious. Quite a bit. Wow. All right, and then we need 2 cores. They go at the knees. Where's the knees at though? 3 up. So right there. This is all that, and this goes there. Cool. So there is the pants, and do we have the last core? We do. Can we make 4 more of these? That'll take a little bit of time, but that's okay. We have some other things to work on, so it's not that big of a deal. So this is going to be 2, 4, 6 down. Something like that. With what is the rest of the stuff? So cores in the corner, these there, neutronium, and then the booties. Alright, so that should be the entire Draconic Armor. We'll take a reward bag, which is legendary. Ooh. We have jeweled apples. That is not that great. And then we're gonna need 4 more of these. And how much draconium do we have left? Not much. So I guess let's turn this all into blocks. So that's 4 more blocks, and that means I'm gonna need quite a bit of. Let's see, we're gonna need what? We need 45 of these. So we're gonna need 19. That's not too bad. Okay, so that is a thing we're gonna have to worry about, but it's not too bad all things considered. So let's go ahead and put this stuff on, and now we're gonna have a lot more resistance. What is the button? C. We're gonna have night vision if we want. We can put protection and all that kind of stuff on here as well. We have flight modifiers. We can sprint super fast if we so choose. And like we can, I think the flight speed modifier is I actually don't know. It might be vertical, but it doesn't feel like it. We do have a vertical acceleration that we can change. We can put that up to 800, so I think I know what's happening. I think the speed belt is actually affecting us. No? None of this stuff should really be affecting all that much. Let's try this stuff. Move speed modifier. Let's go 800%. So now we can zip around really fast. It doesn't work with flying, but we don't need the speed belt anymore. We can find a nice little happy... I keep hitting the wrong buttons. We can find a nice little happy medium of like 200%. Does that feel fast enough? Yeah, I think so. And then we can just put on our tectonic girdle and not worry about it. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of really cool things that we can do. Let's go ahead and put this armor in here. But this Draconic Armor is just kind of simply amazing. We can jump height modifier. So we can make that like super duper. I mean, what can we go? 1500? So I just hit space. Single button press and we jump that high. Like, this stuff is crazy. It's expensive, but it's crazy. Let's take that down to like, let's do like 400. 500. Hill step is on, so we'll do all the fun stuff. We can turn night vision on if we want. Yeah, so let's just boost flight speed modifier. And I don't know how to fix that, so we'll worry about that later. It's not that big of a deal. Might actually be options, controls. Is there anything for Draconic Evolution? I mean, we could toggle creative flight. That'd be kind of cool. So there is a little bit of that speed. Let's see, vertical might be helpful. I don't know. Anyways, enough playing with that. So, wow, we are actually moving a little too fast for my likings. I'll have to figure out kind of what I want this to be. Let's go like 140. That feels good. Alright, so do we have Awaken Cores? We have one. So it's going to take a while to get these, so we'll come back to that in a little bit. But what we're going to be doing is, wrong one, we're going to want to get the flux capacitor, the Draconic flux capacitor. That is going to help us quite significantly. So we're going to get one. Now that is at 31. Is this still producing? It is. I mean, the slowness 4 barely affects us, so that's kind of nice. Anyways, the next thing I want to work on is something, again, with dimensions that is going to be kind of required. So I talked very briefly at the very beginning. Vibrantium is annoying to get. It requires so much villagers. It's ridiculous. So let's make that easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a dimlet workbench. So let's get that up. And the dimlet workbench is really cheap. In fact, we have almost everything. Planks, please. 1, 2, and then a machine frame, which we can duplicate. Actually, what are those? Do we not have those in here? I swore we did. Let's see, machine housing, machine frame. Can we make one of those? We're missing a machine chassis. Now that I know we can make. And I have this prep to make a bunch. So let's make a machine frame. That shouldn't take too long. And yeah, I don't see one in here. That's really odd. I would have figured I would have made one, but evidently not. Anyways, once we have that, we're going to duplicate it for one, but alright, so it is currently making the last part. You know, we're going to go ahead and sleep. But yeah, so what we're gonna want to do is, this should not take much longer. We're gonna want to make a dimlet workbench. Now there is a dimlet we could use for this this little, well, test. We could make a village dimlet, which we might still do. And let's see, can we make effect none? We're gonna want 2 of those. So we'll try this 2 different ways. Effect nuns. Let's do time noon. That's not super expensive and really useful. And let's get 2 dimension things. So we have a machine frame. We do. Let's go ahead and make a handful of these. And we just want 1 dimlet workbench. Because there's a dimlet we don't have that would be really useful to have for this. So we're going to put this right here. It does require a little bit of power and some other stuff, but we'll get to that soon enough. So, oh my gosh, we're so slow in the air. I need to figure out what is causing that, if there's something conflicting or what. But let's go ahead and get some dimension tabs. Dimension tabs, empty dimension tabs. These are so easy to make. Let's just get like a stack of them. We're gonna need 2 right now. And all this stuff can go back in there. So the first one we're gonna make is gonna be an effect none, time noon with villages. And we're gonna say villages store. Alright, so that is really, really cheap. So that'll be fine. Also, are you done yet? No. Getting close. So we have that. Now the next one we're gonna have to make, because we don't have the dimlet we want. And the dimlet we want is the dimlet mob villagers. So there is, where is it? Right there. It's a rarity 5 dimlet that requires, well, a lot of power. So the idea is this. We're going to make a dimension, and we're going to have, oh boy, we're going to have 2 options. Let's just boost that all the way up. And same with that, that already is. Alright, that's better. Whoa, that is not better. Let's take the vertical acceleration down to like 100. Alright, so that is a lot better. Anyways, we're gonna want to make the villager one. Because I'm curious whether the villages are gonna be all that common, and while we could take a bunch of villagers from that, wouldn't it be better if they just spawned naturally? So we're gonna kind of mess around with both, see which one's better. But we're going to need villagers, the villager dimlet, in order to do that. So to get that, what we're going to need is a syringe. And it's one of these. It's really cheap. And we need to go collect some villager essence. I am struggling to fly. So let's go get a volunteer. And we'll have to put them somewhere where they don't escape or anything like that. And I don't want to like use all of these guys, but here's a villager. I really kind of hate this. I kind of hate the Draconic flight stuff. I much prefer creative mode. But let's just go ahead and put this guy in a hole. And we're going to take his blood. And all we have to do is hit them. We're going to get a little bit of mob essence. He's attacking us back, which is really mean. And this is full. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and kill him. Don't we have Reaper on this? Yes, we do. You know, I wonder. That might be a better way to do this. We'll see. I have an idea. We might want to spawn villagers. I wonder if we can do that. Actually, you know what? That might be a much better plan of action than these dimlets. But hey, we're starting this. Let's go ahead and go through with it. Because we have all these spawners that are broken. We could probably find another one. I could probably find another clay golem thing pretty easily. So here's what we need to do. In the dimlet workbench, we can put the syringe in there, but we're going to need some dimlets that are going to give us what we want. So we're going to need rarity 5 dimlets. We're also going to need some mob dimlets. So rarity 5s, I actually have a few rarity 5s from effects. Things I don't really plan on ever using, like invisibility and all that. So what we can do, oops, I don't know why it does that sometimes. Absorption. So these effects we can decompose or extract, and we'll get random things from them, such as a control circuit, advanced memory units, and all this stuff is for various levels. So what we're looking here, so we need a dimlet control circuit. This is a rarity 5, that's what we need. We need advanced memory unit, which we'll need the advanced one for anything higher than 3. What are all these things? Dimlet base. 40% chance for every part that you get nothing. We can infuse them, and it guarantees the items, but do we have an infuser? You know what? We could make an infuser. Machine infuser. Dimensional shards. So I guess let's go ahead and do this real quick. We can infuse the machine, and that will make things a little bit better. Let's put that here. And that's not too bad. Let's get some more dimensional shards. We can easily EMC these. And then we can just grab like a hopper or something. Just a normal hopper, and we can put a few stacks of this into here. And that'll be fine. So that's already at 30%. So we'll get back to that in a second. Now, do we have our awakened cores? We do. Alright, so we'll take this, that, and make the Draconic Flux Capacitor. So with that, we'll take the far right bag, like normal, or like today anyway. Greater bag, Amulet of Growth, boring. Alright, so real quick, let's go charge up our, what does this hold? It holds 250 million RF. That'll take next to no time at all to charge. We have so much power, which is why, again, that the dimension should not have broken like it did. Anyways, let's go ahead and tell this to make a bunch of Draconic cores. Can make 200, thank you. And how are we doing? Is this done infusing? It is. Cool. So let's just go ahead and put those in there. Make sure it's as full as it can be. And we'll put this stuff away. Alright, so let's make the dimension thing. Now we could have done this for dragons, but rarity 6 are rare as it is, so probably wasn't going to happen. But let's go ahead and extract this. So we should get a 100% chance of all the items. So there they all are. We have the dimlet base part. Now the only thing we need left is we're going to need to grab a mob. So we need a dimlet mob so that we can get the dimlet type. Now we have so many of these. Let's just grab a pig. Why not? Let's go ahead and extract that. That should give us what we need. And the last thing to do is we have the mob type. We add this and we'll get the villager. So that's all there is to it. So if we put this in here, those in there, I can say villagers and store. Perfect. So we have a realized dimension tab for villagers. Now this thing costs a lot, 10 million RF per tick. So here's what we're gonna do. I want to see, we only have the souls of the fluid cows, which is cool, but not what we need. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's first of all sleep. Let's second of all, we're gonna grab this guy and this guy. We can put that in there for now. I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but it seems like a great idea. Let's go ahead and fuse this guy, the dimension builder. And what that will do is it's going to make it more efficient. I don't remember exactly what it's going to do. Power consumption and faster creation speed. So we can just put that in there. It'll infuse pretty quickly and it'll be fine. So flight speed modifier, let's reduce that. How is that better? Alright, now do we have enchanted books? What do we have? Looting, projectile protection is not bad. Feather falling, not that we need that. Let's see, fire protection, projectile protection is nice, but not really something I care about. Okay, well, that's fine. If we wanted to make stuff, we could pretty easily. It's not that hard to make the protection books, I don't think. What does protection take? It requires dark steel, but we can get so much of that, it's kind of ridiculous, so who cares? Anyways, is this out yet? Almost. How are we doing for the steel? We have 33 of them, so we're getting close. Alright, so this is almost fully infused, which is good. That's what we want. And we're going to do two things. So the first thing we're going to do with all this is actually, let's once again, I'm sorry that I'm messing with this so much, but let's change that to like 50. That feels a little bit better. Alright, so we'll put the dimension builder back, and let's go ahead and put the villages in there. So, assumingly, the villages are going to, it's going to produce them, that's going to be fine. We're at like, it's actually not that bad for power. In fact, our solar panels don't even care. But what we can do is we can try at least to... Oh no, that's way too low. Vertical acceleration, let's go to 150. That's not bad. I think what we can also do is turn the jump height to like 200. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this should be... Oh wow, it is 1 million RF per tick. I think we can handle that. And like this is powered and everything. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this here. This guy, charge armor and hotbar. That's what we want to see. So it's gonna keep our armor up, and it's also gonna keep this guy up, which is what we want. Let's also put this on the bar. And we're going to do two things. We're going to see if we can't do something. So first of all, I want to see what the dimension is like. So let's go to villages, dial once, and here goes something. Hopefully we don't die again. If we do, again, I might, depending on the world, come back. But hopefully everything goes well. But the idea with this is we're going to have one of two options. Either we can use this dimension, and we'll probably use this one over the villages. I kind of wanted to show off how you make dimlets, because that was an option to us a long time ago. To make, ooh, I hate this background. To make the dragon dimlet, we have pyramids of something. Titanium or gravel. That's kind of cool. This is Jupiter. So I don't see any villages. Also, this is all clay, which is kind of cool. Alright, this doesn't look like it's going to work. We'll explore around just a little bit, which is where our flight speed modifier could come in handy. Or we could even use legs, but I'm not seeing any villagers, or villages for that matter. What are you? Oh, gas. Alright. But if we can find some villagers, there's two options to us. One, we could just use these dimensions to capture the villagers, right? That would be fine. That would work. I wonder if there's no villagers because of the biome. But we're getting other biomes now, so I don't know. This is really, really strange. One other thing I kind of want to see. Oh, cool. This is a snow-covered area. That actually is really neat. Alright, something I want to see. Let's dig down. What is underneath here? Okay, I realize we're very high up. So let's vein mine. And this is solid, I think. Okay, it's solid enough. Alright, let's go home. I don't see any villages, so we're going to forget it. So that dimension is kind of useless to us. We don't really care about it. So that's going to go to the top of the list. And we could put the villagers in there. So let's see how bad this one is. It's going to take a little bit to charge. But we have two options. We can either use these places as like where we go. So what I'm trying to say with that is we can use them as like this is where we go to get the villagers for the vibranium. Or we could try to kill them and get a mob soul, which we could then use to, well, make a spawner. And with the spawner, we would get all the stuff we want. So it's kind of like we have options, but at the same time, I don't know if the options are good. So we'll see. Anyways, we didn't make the Staff of Power, and we haven't started working towards the and here the Project E, the transmutation tablet yet. Table. That's the tablet. Tablet is handheld. Table is block. We haven't worked on that yet. We'll get there though. And honestly, the biggest reason we can't make that right now Alright, so this guy requires what? 15 million RF per tick. It's going to drain very quickly. Max output. Can't add any more zeros to that. It's outputting. I mean, we're only actually giving this guy like 2,000. Let's try something. Do I have? I do. Let's disconnect all this and see if that helps. So it's not that this is draining too fast, but this is actually losing power. And that's at 15, which I believe is more than the dragon. Yeah, by a long shot. Alright, so what can we do about that? Well, we could make use of, I think it's in this set. There is the, oh wait, we don't want that in there. There is the special stuff that is efficiency, which reduces the maintenance costs quite a bit. Let's see if we put this in here. Now that is another dimlet that we can actually make. If I can remember how to spell efficiency. Special dimlets. So there is efficiency. Yeah, that is really good. It's a rarity 5. Now, in order to make that one, we need a special thing. We could probably make a couple of them if we really wanted to, but dimlet special. No, that's not what I want. It is, what is it called? There is a thing that we need to make for this. Dimlet template, no, that's not what we want. So if we want to make these guys, we're gonna need, what is it called? There it is. Efficiency essence. So we're gonna need one of these guys, which requires another star and a diamond pickaxe with efficiency 3. So efficiency, we have efficiency 4. Of course we do. So that's something we could do. Let's try to do that real quick. And I know this episode's starting to get a little bit long. I don't remember what efficiency is. It's redstone. Okay. So let's get like a handful of redstone. Book and quill. And that is easy enough. Let's make just one of those. And then we'll duplicate it a little bit. Let's make 2 or 3 of these. So we're going to want some experience. Let's get like 30 levels. So half a stack is efficiency 2. 39-ish. 36. So there is 2 of those. And then we're going to need some more levels. So there's efficiency 3s. We're going to need some diamond pickaxes. So it's essence that we need to make. And this is the special component for these. So we need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Now this will raise the starting cost up considerably, but on the other hand, it'll make things easier as well. So we can make 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to store one of those in there for right now. So if we want to make these, they do stack. We're going to need a base part, control circuit 5. So efficiency, let's just do special. And they are dimlet 5s, yeah. So regulars is 2 and 3. We need advance memory. So we're going to need to break down a couple more 5s. That's not a big deal. We're also going to need to break down a couple of the specials. So we have specials, no animals, special seeds. Those will work. Let's just get 2 of those. And then we just need some more 5. So that works. We can toggle these by rarity and just go to the bottom and pick up anything that is rarity 5. So auto extract these guys, and we're going to get 2 of these, and then we just need the specials. And we'll get the efficiency dimlets. So all we have to do now is put this guy back in here, extract, add 2 of these, store, and that should make things a little bit cheaper. It says the maintenance cost is going to be about 10. So we'll see if that is the case. We could also do some other things, like if we wanted to affect things that are going to cost a lot, is like we have effect none on there. Let's get this back to dimlet type. What's something else that's going to cause the liquids and all that kind of stuff is probably why it's going to cost so much more, because the villagers weren't that expensive. But we can put that back in there. It will progress and do its thing, and we'll see how bad it is before we call the episode. So that guy is empty. This is the last of my bedrockium for now. And that should give us the 35-ish that we need, or the 45-ish rather, that we need. We're going to want to put things where they go, like so. And hopefully we can get into this world. Like I said, I can also probably try to kill villagers from the mining dimension as well, try to get some souls, but this would also work just fine. This seems to be working honestly pretty good. This is keeping up with the power costs. So the big question is, it's 11 and it is slowly going down. Let's take that out for a minute. I really wish I could sleep so I could get rid of the night and actually let these solar panels do their thing, because they're not actually producing anything right now. But I just want to see if this is full. We'll have next to no time to go in there before it runs out of power. So that's not going to work. Okay, so I might need more. That did reduce it considerably, so I might need more efficiency stuff. And if that's the case, that's not too bad to do. It is a cumulative thing, so we could just add a ton of efficiency modules, and that will work. So I will tell you guys what, I'm going to try to get that down to a reasonable level. I'm also going to go ahead and start working on, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's head into the mining dimension, and we're gonna see if we can't get a villager soul from what we have over here. Now, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do this, is we're gonna take 2 of these guys. So I have 2 villagers. One, we're gonna kill this guy and get some iron and all that fun stuff. But nothing. Okay. So, I don't know how I'm going to get villagers. If I could even get a villager soul. It would be nice if I could, but we'll see. But anyways, this episode's gone on way too long. So what we're going to do is I'm going to continue working on the singularities, which means I need to go get more bedrockium. And we'll go from there on everything else. We'll try to figure out some solution for the villagers. And I'll need to get the Draconic Evolution stuff taken care of. And that's about it for the Infinity Catalyst. So next time, hopefully we'll have all of the singularities we need, and we can make the wand of animation. Otherwise, we'll probably start working on the transmutation tablet. Table. It's supposed to say table. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!